Price of fame. We already know what happens after the midway point in any power book. The whole vibe is faster. We get more clues, teasers, pics, and mini trailers. I've taken these breadcrumbs and put them together for a conversation before we get to 0406 Raising Kanan. I'll tell you what I see in the pics, and you tell me what you see in the comments, all while checking in on all the major players, old and new ones, to get a glimpse of what we can expect. But before we do that, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button and drop your comments below. It's Lady Vet here, and first up is Marvin arguing with Rock after he killed Terry. But with all this stupidness, I must lean with Marvin in putting Terry down. Terry basically slapped Marvin in the face with a snitching threat of going to do a tell-all at the police station. Even that doesn't negate the fact that they needed Terry.
Get took, that's what I did. Yeah, but I also said that we needed these trucks. We still got the trucks? David is a disaster. Marvin. Terry said he was gonna go to the police. Yeah, but he wasn't gonna do none of that. The monk could go to the cops, he put himself in prison. He ain't afraid of the pen? He says so. Look, what's done is done. Could take David out too. Okay, and then what we got, Marvin? Look, you put the crazy motherfucker in charge, you gonna keep him in line. He on out, he on you, Marvin.
With Marvin being in a state of putting everybody down as a quick fix solution, he's left to babysit David. Can Marvin control himself with David? We know that David is definitely no Terry. So how Marvin gets David to see things his way will be interesting.
Kanan never wants to pay back for his friend. He ain't doing good. Oh, he wasn't down with the caution.
I'll make a decision. You want to make some room? Give me some information. Give me something. I can't take that stuff. Like if you just suffer from enough, there's other people who do it for you. I'm back. And I look like I never left.
The grieving turncoat Kanan appears to be in Cafe Vu. Kanan may be deflecting his own guilt and anger on others. Guilt because he won't get the chance to apologize to Famous for his poor treatment and for watching Ronnie treat Famous poorly as well. Kanan went so far as to tell Ronnie that Famous liked to talk a lot. Kanan told Famous to never speak on the Freddie situation. Famous spoke. All roads lead to Marvin and Rock, but I really wouldn't be surprised if Kanan killed Famous. He had no problem killing the other Sean, his own son, for not being loyal. In this pic, Kanan is still in his own head with Jukebox as his consoler. Kanan doesn't know it yet, but Jukebox has added her name to the killer's list and is handling it as a true Thomas. I can see Jukebox talking to Kanan about helping him get some answers. When Juke lost Nicole, she wanted to grieve alone. Kanan could tell her to give him some time or just remain in silence a little longer before he's ready to come out swinging. Kanan can't ignore that he ended up being a horrible friend to Famous. Marvin seems to be running numbers with Early Tyler. This is huge on two fronts. He may discover Early and Unique in a discussion or overhear them talking and realize that Unique is alive and linked up with Early. Marvin may have thought about it being a bad idea putting Early and Stefano together with this union. Marvin has to babysit Early for his own sake. Ironically, Rock told Marvin that killing Terry makes David his job, and Stefano tells him that killing his bookie makes Early his job. Clearly, trouble's on the way, because Marvin ain't built to be responsible for what another man does or not do. This pic has poor Uncle Irwin, who have to deal with Rock and their drug marriage. Rock is probably telling Irwin about Terry's death, But you best believe that Rock will provide her own version of what happened and never mention anything with Marvin's name in it. Either way, he's looking at Rock like, lady, all I wanted was some extra spending money, not all the drama that comes with you and your brother. King is almost back. Unique is getting stronger by the minute. He's identified with Quan, much to Quan's liking, because Quan can't stand Rock. But what will Quan do when he finds out Unique killed his family? Well, for now, they are becoming bosom buddies again. A king has to dress the part, so outside of building his crew, Unique has to do what comes natural, and that's go to the tailor shop. This can be a trigger for Unique, since it was the tailor shop where he caught his near-death beatdown. I can't wait to see what memories this brings back. Uncle Lou is at another meeting with all eyes on him. What could Lou possibly have on his mind to share? Is he looking for support at the loss of Famous? Did he fall off the wagon while running around with Imani? Is he pressured by the artist scouting job and not having as much free reign as Lowell promised him in the beginning? Is he getting his mind right to go back to the game? He told Rock that he's making an exception for Famous, but what about himself? I believe this move will send Lou back to the bottle. Well, we know who couldn't make it to Lou's support group this time. Raquel Thomas. She's in a meeting of her own. Rock is making moves, and by the looks of things, Stefano has helped her seal the deal. While Rock is celebrating before going to war with Unique, unbeknownst to her, with the backing of Stefano, she seems strong, but Russo wants to soften Stefano up. And where will that leave Rock? Will she get caught in the crosshairs of Russo and Stefano, since Russo's plan include someone close to Stefano? Will they succeed, or will Stefano smell a rat and escape the okey doke and put Marvin on Russo? And for the last pick, we go back to the king. Unique is ready to adorn his jewelry. He has exposed himself to the Connect. He's building a crew. He's got Kanan guy, OC, keeping him informed. So he's probably ready to make a move on Kanan. The whole South Side knows that he doesn't get along with his mother. The good news for Unique is if he gets Russo to back him, he'd operate more than likely out of Jersey. Strangely enough, it's all we've seen is some head banging and some frustrating moments from Unique. It leaves me to wonder, will Unique get all his pieces in place and then begin to act out of character? Honestly, Unique is not displaying any characteristics of a man beat so bad that fragments and bone was found in the blood on the weapon. What can we expect from King Unique? Better yet, what should we expect from him? These are my thoughts. What are yours? Well, I'll see you in the next video. For now, I'm out.